and to be able to discern
Yes.
who you're helping for the good and who is only taking advantage of you.
Amen.
He was really trying to bring that home, but at first she resisted quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, she kept trying to say that, hey, what I really want to talk about is you not calling me, or you saying on your radio show, you outed me on your radio show when all I wanted was a phone call from you.
But then he said, maybe I should have called you. But that's also when you arguing and you ain't finished arguing.
Right.
Yes.
But you say, I should have did it. Well, why didn't you?
Right.
And then there's
Exactly.
more after that. So you still you're not leading with love.
Right.
You're not leading with love. So you know what? If y'all feel like we should bring this conversation back, we will bring this conversation back on tomorrow. Right now, first I apologize to our 335 affiliates for taking this longer break, but we really want to bring some closure to this because this is break 4, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we got to come out of entertainment on our Maintenance Day show because we get some new equipment and go into the sports bar where men come to talk and women come to eavesdrop, and Jim is walking in right now with our sports report. We'll be right back with more Cheryl Underwood Radio.
We're back with more Cheryl Underwood Radio.
Thank you, super producer. We're having a really great conversation about the Steve Harvey Monique interview. It's a maintenance day for us. We're testing a lot of equipment, but also we're going to add a little Jussie Smollett in this, and maybe even a little Nicki Minaj in this too. It's people that are. It seems like this is negative publicity towards you, or do people want all publicity? But also next, don't we have a word of the day?
Yes, we do.
Because we're really trying to brand word of the day, and we hope that you like it, and we really like it. So there are things that benchmarks that we really want to brand, and we're branding word of the day. Just like we did a lot of sports bar when we first started this show, we did a lot of sports so that we could brand the sports bar as its own segment. Then, because a lot of people think because we're entertainers, all we want to talk about is entertainment. We had to do a lot of political discussion so that people would respect our opinions. And when we get in that 6X from the Hill, that news, you can use that word on the street from our favorite country lawyer, Harry Sutherland. So when we got into the sports bar with Jim Kelly, we had to do a lot of sports to brand that. Now we're going to brand word of the day, which Rob Wilkins, our Vice President of Affiliate Relations, HBCU Initiative and Promotions, he said that he likes word of the day.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
This is It Is What It Is Radio. I am your host, Tyree Miles. This is King Porter Forever Friday. Please give me a moment of silence for my brother Jamel Raymond Bishop. This is King Porter Forever Friday. Moment of silence, please. Thank you very much. I have the pleasure of my oldest daughter.
Hello, everyone.
Shay Miles is in the building. Now, we did have some topics that we are going to get to, but I'm going to give you the floor and let you vent.
Okay. You asked me how was work before we started.
Yes, let's talk
Work is fine. I love my job.
Let the world know what you do.
I love my job. So I'm a behavior specialist at Utah Marshburn.
Okay.
So I work with children that are in the kindergarten. And they have special needs. So the child I'm assigned to has autism, but I'm in a classroom full of children that have other issues.
Right.
So I have teachers in my classroom who don't really do their job, but want to make sure you're doing your job, and I don't really like that.
What do you mean? I mean, let's
Okay,
get into it. What you mean?
So she's
You
supposed
gonna don't bite your tongue.
She's supposed to walk us to the cafeteria. Come get her kids from recess.
The teacher.
Yes.
Okay, it's supposed
She's
to come
supposed to teach your kids also. I thought that's what a teacher did. However, they've been learning the same thing since September. What month is it?
It's February.
Okay. So that's a problem. So that's really my issue with her. I just like for teachers to teach something different, not the same thing.
Do you think that your principal is aware of that she's doing what she's doing?
I'm sure she is, but they don't really care about the children in my classroom because they have special needs. We're not even allowed to go sit with the other kids for dismissal. We gotta sit in our classroom and wait.
Until
for their bus to come.
What is level 5 class? Y'all level 5? ADHD?
Not really ADHD.
No.
It's all different types. It's life skills.
Okay.
So there's no limitations on what you will come across.
What you working with? Okay. So I take it you do love your job.
I do. I wouldn't trade it.
And from what it sounds like, the passion that you have for your job is kind of overwhelming when you see people that really don't give a damn dealing with kids.
Yeah.
I know all about it.
Yeah, because you can't do that. And then you got parents that come in there, they fresh, but the child got on the same clothes.
True. But, let's say this. Karma has a way of handling people.
Yeah.
So, only thing you can do, like I used to get consumed with what other people was doing. It's not right. No. Step back, mind your business, do what you're supposed to do. Yeah. Let them do what they gonna do, and they gonna have to answer to somebody sooner or later.
Yeah, that's true.
That's in life, period. Yeah. Not even just with a job and how you carry yourself, how you live your life, how you treat people.
That's true.
So,
what I can say though, parents don't realize the effect they have in their children's lives. Like some stuff the children go to, they bring it to school with them.
True.
And that's not good.
You're right.
You gotta love your kids. Because at the end of the day, when it's time for Miss Shay to go home, you got kids crying. Don't leave me. Because they've been left.
Right.
Like you come across different traumas. Even with the normal children, they all go through something.
That's like, I tell people, you never know how important a hug can be to a child.
Exactly.
You never know how important a conversation could be. A child might be getting yelled at from the time he gets in that door from school till the time he wakes up the next morning. His only peace could be that 6 hours in school with his friends, teachers, counselors, or whoever. Yeah. One thing that helped me kind of understand what kids like, well, what people under those circumstances was going through, because I was going through that. Right. I'm not gonna glorify, you know, what I've been through or downplay it, but at one point in time, my mother had a drug problem. Right. Where I was selling drugs. I wasn't selling drugs to them. I was selling drugs where I grew up at all night. Come home, had to deal with what was going on in that house. Yeah. Try to go to sleep. Wake up, go to school, function, and have a regular day. Where, yeah, I went to school, but I got some of the best sleep of my life in school. Yeah. And it got to a point where I was going to school, I was going to school for 2 reasons, honestly. To catch a dice game and just try to make some money. Hustling. School really wasn't school to me, because I had so much other things in the background. It was tough for me to really focus anyway. So school to me was an experience. But
would you do it again? The people want to know.
Would I do it again? Yeah. The same way?
Would you do it again? Not really the same way, but
yeah, I would. I wouldn't. I'm gonna say this: the things I've been through, and I've been through a lot that a lot of people don't know about. It shaped me to who I am, so I wouldn't trade it for nothing. From the first murder I seen at 8 years old to my first fist fight, no, I'm happy I grew up how I grew up. It's just, you know, something that we went through. Now, your generation, I would say this, my generation, shout out, I wonder if he even still living. There used to be a dude named Michael Brown. Me and Michael Brown just didn't like each other for some reason. I lived in Clay Courts, East Baltimore. Me and Michael Brown was in the same 3rd grade class. We just ain't clicked. Okay. He wound up moving around my way. It's a store on Broadway and Broadway and Igga called the American Store. The American Store is on Broadway. They lived on Broadway. We used to always go to this store. They always stayed outside of their house. So every day, as soon as we see each other, we fight. I mean, like each other at all. It's to a point where, all right, we go to the American Store. If you're out there, we already know we fighting. Right. Later on down the line, fighting. I lost track of what happened to him. But back then, it was nothing wrong with a fist fight.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
What's going on with y'all generation these days?
They don't know how to fight.
Wow, is it in the music? Do the music tell them, look, you gotta go grab a gun?
It's in the music. It's also in what you eat. If you study what I study, what you do because you're a Muslim, you know it's in what you eat, what you listen to.
Definitely what you listen to.
All that affects your mindset.
Yes, it does.
So if you eating animals, you gonna act like an animal sometimes.
That's deep. If you're eating animals, you will act like an animal. Talk that talk, shorty. Woo.
Yeah.
You right.
If you're eating animals, you're gonna act like an animal.
Right.
You listening to songs about people being locked up.
Right.
Guess what? Mentally, where are you? You're locked up. You gotta listen to things. First of all, you have to study sound. You know, it's different sounds in the world that affect your feeling about
sounds. I'm familiar.
So you gotta have knowledge yourself, basically. If you want change, learn how to fight. Come to the mosque, y'all. Just come to the mosque. I ain't asking y'all to take y'all shahada. Just come to the mosque. Learn knowledge yourself, and y'all won't be that angry.
Hey, on that note, don't go nowhere. Please like and share the show. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. We will be right back. It's Fly T Miles and Miss Shay Miles. We holding it down. Waiting on the voice of the youth to get here.
Yeah.
And we're back with more Cheryl Underwood Radio.
Thank you, super producer. Hey, we're in entertainment now, and we want you to call us 1-855-SHOW1, or you can email us at SherylUnderwoodRadio.com if you want to weigh in on anything we heard. We have a special maintenance day show because we're getting some new equipment, so we're testing our equipment versus the new equipment that we're going to get, and this is going to be a long process because we want to bring you the best Cheryl Underwood Radio product that we can bring you in the best way. But a couple of things, you know, we were battling. Do we want to talk about the Steve Harvey Monique interview? And the reason that I'm kind of concerned about talking about it is because if anybody listens, I'm a contributor on the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Yes,
he is my friend. But also, I think that his heart is sometime in the right place. But I called Monique myself, and it didn't go well for me either. And it's almost like you're combative and you want to fight. Or on Monique's side, where Steve, and a lot of people feel the same way about me and Steve, that we, you know, go along to get along. I'm not gonna say the words that they use about us, you know, but we do what we need to do to get where we need to go. And a lot of people want us to be a little different with that, but I'm like, I can only be what I am.
Jay-Z said he dumbed down for his fans and doubled his dollars. They criticized me for it, but they all yell holla.
Come on now.
Truth be told, lyrically, I would probably be Twali. But truthfully, I want to rhyme like Common Sense, but I sold 5 mil. I ain't been rhyming like Common Sense.
Come on, Jay.
He ain't been rhyming like Common Sense. I caught that last one.
I caught that one.
I caught that. I like that. You might want to say that again, Kyle Irving.
Truthfully, I want to rhyme like
Start
Common
at the
Sense.
beginning, though. Let's break that down. Let's break that down.
The truth be told, lyrically, I want